Satnam, I'm Nirvair, and we are in the beautiful month of October. We're past the equinox, and the harvest is coming in, and we're getting ourselves ready for late fall and early winter. I always love October because you still get some warmth in the days, and you get the cool nights, and the leaves are turning, and the energy is shifting on the planet and on the earth. This month specifically is 10 years after Yogi Bhajan has passed away. It was October 2004. So if you have the opportunity, go to 3ho.org and tune into the webcast that we're going to be doing for the event that we'll be having that memorializes Yogi Bhajan's life. He was a great man. It's just, the more I reflect on it, the impact that he had throughout the world, honored by the United States Congress, and the enduring impact was so amazing. And since I knew him personally and got to spend time with him, it's very interesting to have this perspective a whole decade later. And that is, I wonder, well, what creates greatness in somebody? He was actually, a very royal, magnetic personality, but also a very kind of simple, humble person. It's kind of interesting for me to reflect on that. But what he said, what makes him different, was the fact that he could accept his own weaknesses. And that's something I think about all the time, because of course there's a tendency to hit the polarity, to go just concentrate on what's not going well, what's not right, what are the errors, the self-criticism, what's happening in your life that's a challenge that you take on so personally. On the other hand, to flip over to the other side, everything is great, everything is wonderful, everything is going smoothly. It's just the dilemma, the predicament, and the beauty of being incarnated as a human being on the planet. But the interesting thing about him is, yes, he accepted his weaknesses, but he also accepted his greatness. That's interesting. He accepted the smallness of himself, and he accepted the allness of himself. And so that's what really made him yogi, to be beyond the opposites, and to operate so in the incarnation that he had to really uplift people all over the world. So what we're going to practice this month is very interesting. It's heart-centered. It works with your creative energy. And what Yogi Bhajan said about it, he taught this in 1976, is that it will allow you to know what is what. And that's within your own self, what is what. So that you can come to this kind of self-acceptance and self-understanding, and you can bring yourself to a place where you can creatively use who you are, what you've been given at any given time and space in a very creative way to use the opportunity around you. And so actually the Kriya is called is called for wealth and creative intuitive opportunity, for using your creativity and intuitive opportunity to create wealth. Once you have wealth, you can share it. So there's two parts to this. It's interesting. It's the first part, he actually called is kind of a warm-up. It's part of the Kriya, but what it does is, actually, it's so much fun. If you do it for a while, I almost want to say, oh, that kind of did the trick. What you're going to do is, after you tune in with Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, you're going to do a movement of the hand, and you're going to keep the hand and wrist flat. And it very much opens up the heart center. All it is a motion, moving the hands back and forth like this, keeping the palm and the wrist straight, and it's not with breath at all. You're just going to have the eyes closed down, and you move really fast back and forth like this, not touching the chest. Didn't want to stop there. feels so good. So you do that 3 to 11 minutes. We'll say at least 3 minutes. And then we do a very specific mudra. You're going to have the fingers together like this, and they're touching with firm pressure, but the thumbs absolutely don't touch. Okay, there's no ego involved in this. And you point the thumbs back towards the heart center, and then you hold the position like this. We're really working with reforming the brain, the two sides of the brain and the regions of the brain. And then you're up in neck lock, and what you do is your eyes are going to be open, gazing down through your hands, which is interesting. You really have to press your eyes down, but they're going to remain open. But you want to do that without dropping your head down. And so in this position, we're going to chant the mantra Haryang, H-A-R-I-A-N-G, Har, the creativity, Haryang. It's actually, it feels really good to say the word, a conjugation of Haryang, that creativity. And we'll do it 16 times on a breath in the position. So it'll sound like this. Haryang, 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 Haryang. And then take a deep breath again and continue. And that's about 11 to 13 seconds for a repetition. And so it's a fascinating Kriya and meditation. I think we'll really enjoy doing it together this month of October. So thanks very much for practicing with me. I was just talking to somebody in the Czech Republic when I was over there about how they practice every month with us on these videos. And it's kind of fun to think that people all over the place are doing this with me. So thanks for being there so we can practice together. And we'll see you in November. Sat Nam.